another episode of Incisal Bites. My name is Tanya Sumaesas, and today we are here with Dr. Amity Gardner, who's my GPD at the dental school. And today we will be making
turkey meatballs with zucchini noodles and marinara sauce.
Sounds delicious. So tell me a little bit about this recipe.
Well, the reason that I like this recipe is because it makes a lot of meatballs and you're able to freeze them and use them for other things. I like to put them in soup or use them with different sauces.
So let's get started.
We're gonna start with 1 pound of ground turkey, and to that we're gonna add 1 bell pepper, red or green, finely chopped, about 1 yellow onion, finely chopped, 1 bunch of basil, finely chopped, about 1 bunch of Italian flat leaf parsley, maybe a little less than 1 bunch, finely chopped. Ground turkey tends to be kind of bland, so I add a lot of garlic. There's probably about 6 or 7 cloves that have been crushed. You could finely chop the garlic if you wanted. I add some oregano, maybe about a tablespoon or about the amount in your palm or a little more. I like it a little spicy, so I add some crushed red pepper, some black pepper, probably about that much, and some salt, and a little thyme. You always need thyme. And the last thing is an egg. And then you're gonna get your hands dirty and mix it all up and form some balls. So now we're gonna form it into balls, and I take about a handful like that and try to make them the same size, but it's not a big deal if you don't. So now what I'm gonna do is brown the meatballs in a pan. And I use grapeseed oil because it has a higher smoking point than olive oil, and it's still not that bad for you. And you don't want to crowd your meatballs, so I let those brown for a little bit, and then I'll flip them, and then I'm going to put them on the cookie sheet, and we'll bake them in an oven for about 20 or 25 minutes. So you're going to want to turn them and brown them on all sides, and just takes a little bit of time, but I personally like it with a little bit of a crust on the outside. So now we have all the meatballs browned and placed on a rimmed baking sheet. You're going to cook them at 350 for about 20 minutes, checking them about halfway through and turning them if necessary. So while your meatballs are cooking, I'm gonna make the zucchini noodles. So this is a no carb option for those health conscious individuals. And so I use probably 2 zucchini per person, maybe like a zucchini and a half. And you wanna get a smaller size zucchini that's pretty uniform in shape. I like to use the green ones, not the yellow ones, because the yellow ones are they can be a weird shape. This is my spiralizer that I use. There's 2 ends. There's a small end and a larger end. I only use the larger end. It's really inexpensive. It was like $7.99, and it's a simple kitchen tool that is nice to have. So I cut off this end. I leave the stem end, and then you just turn your zucchini. Once you've spiralized the zucchini, you're gonna add a little water. I have a steamer, a vegetable steamer that's in here. I'm gonna add a little water, cover it, and bring it to a boil and let it boil for about 3 minutes, and then they'll be done. So this recipe is gluten-free and paleo and has the ability to be Whole30 compliant. if you make your own tomato sauce.
So thanks for joining us for another episode of Incisal Bites. From the court of timpani to your belly, bringing the flavors of the kitchen to your busy schedule. Join us next time for another interesting episode of Incisal Bites.